Let's make something old, something new. So I had found this piece on Etsy and I just thought it was so stunning, but it just needed a few little tweaks. And a little tip is when you're looking for vintage jewelry, if you can ever find jewelry that is really prong set and you like it, then you should consider buying it, because finding like these costume pieces that are actually prong set, that's almost like, it's like finding a needle in a haystack. It's really, really hard to do. So when I saw this necklace and I saw that it was prong set and it just looked so stunning, I had to get it. But I had a grand idea, and that was that I wasn't crazy about this pearl. Like the last video I did, some of these early edition pearls that they were making, they just were not good renderings. They look fake. This one has a lot of actual chips and scratches in it, and it's taking this stunning, beautiful necklace that is prong set and really a labor of love that someone made, and it's just cheapening it, and we just can't allow that to happen. So kind of going back and forth, what should I add in place of the pearl? And my first thought was I'll just put another pearl on it, but I decided to do something different. Now this is not costume jewelry. This is a real citrine, and it's a beautiful, I think it was 20 carats, just a gorgeous citrine. So my idea was to take the pearl off and put this citrine on and really make this a piece that looks like it has some antiquity and history to it. I get started removing this pearl. Did anyone ever watch it was a CW TV show called Rain? Because whoever was the costume designer on that, just absolutely phenomenal. I remember watching it with my sister and my mom, and I feel like at some points we stopped watching the actual story and we were just looking at the costume design because it was so stunning, and it's like every piece just felt like it was made for that. You guys, I was talking while I was cutting it and I just made a huge accident that I cannot repair, but it's okay. But I'm gonna explain what happened first. There was the little circle that was holding the pearl onto it, and I cut the whole thing off instead of just cutting the pearl off. Just breathe. But it's okay, because you know what I will do is I will still find a way to add this on. And you know what, it might actually be, that was so easy to cut, it might be better to drop this with just a little few inches of chain, just to make sure, since this is real, we don't want to lose this, and I want to make sure that it's really secure. So as I'm further inspecting this chain, I'm just noticing some discrepancies that I don't like. For example, I don't think this was the original chain that went with the necklace. And furthermore, tell me the level of impossibility it will be. There's no clasp. So trying to get this into like that, it's going to be impossible. So this is mushrooming into a bigger project, but that's okay, because if this ever happens to you guys, you just push through whatever. Like I cut this off by accident, that's fine. I don't like the chain. I'm gonna replace the whole chain. I'm trying to look for a chain that is a little more, has some more substance to it, since we're hanging such a heavy pendant on it. And I have just this standard like Rolo chain, and I know it's extremely sturdy. So I think I'm going to replace the pendant with that. Hey you guys, I think this is actually turning out better, so I'm excited. I've made this separate little chain, and I was planning to connect it here. And instead of having to connect my necklace into it again, I've just almost made it so it's like a separate little necklace that the pendant can very sturdily sit into. Okay, here is the pendant, and now I'm going to attach the matching chain onto it. There is the finished product. I am really happy with how it turned out. I was not planning to have to change the whole chain, but now I know it's very, very sturdy. This chain it's so hard to try to open one in little prongs to put something on. So this citrine is not going anywhere. And that just looks like, if I was a Renaissance painter, I would put this on my model and paint them. And yet again, we have taken something old, something that had a really ugly, scratched up pearl that did not do the rest of the craftsmanship justice, and we've turned it into something new.